Good morning. This is Miss Grace, and this is day 42 of the packet. The tasks that we are working on today are the journal entry 4 years ago and the text questions for the poems. So if you've never done this before, you go to your Google Classroom, you go from stream into classwork. You can see it right here. Here's fourth grade quarter grades. It says do the work in this section. I'm going to start with the text questions, so I'm going to click on that and bring it up. Okay, that is too small for me, so I am going to make it bigger. All right, and you simply go over here to where you see the magnifying glass and you pick how big you want it. I'm doing 100% so that I can see it easier. Okay, so it says answer each question in complete sentences. Yes. You will need to look back in the story to find your answer and provide text evidence. And the PDF of the Module 6 seems to be working the best. I mean, you can see it clearer, you can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you need. So, number one, why do you think the Great Barrier Reef is called the rainforest of the sea? So you would come here and you would put your cursor right there on the type here, and you click on it and your text box will open up. I always back off of it so that I have more space. And you can just type, I think the Great Barrier Reef is called the rainforest of the sea because, and this is where you go back into the story and you find out why do they call it the rainforest of the sea. They use this phrase specifically. I believe it's up in the nonfiction section above the poem. So this answer you can find in the nonfiction section. Like that little introductory couple of paragraphs. All right, so that's where you would find this answer. Please be aware that yes, you have to answer in full sentences. Yes, you have to restate the question. All right, so let's take a look at number 2. In the Mariana Trench, the author writes, it yields to human eyes in submarines and then, full of itself, goes back to sleep. What may be the meaning of these lines? There's no right or wrong answer here, unless you do something completely bizarre, and I don't recommend that. What you could tell me is, I believe these lines mean boom. In my opinion, these lines mean. So start it out that way, very simple, and then just tell me what do you think it means. Look at the words that are being used. It yields to human eyes in submarines, and then full of itself goes back to sleep. Does that mean it only comes alive when someone's looking at it? Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm sure the fish down there don't agree with that. So what does it mean? So I'm not wild about this question, I'll be honest. If you have a lot of trouble with it, just do your best with it. Because it's not a great line, okay? I'm not particularly wild about the poem, and I'm not entirely wild about this line. So do your best with it. Give me a halfway decent answer. I just want to know what you think it might means, okay? So just use your brain. All right, next one. What do you think is the mood of the poem Mount Everest? Support your thinking with one detail from the poem. All right, so mood. When you look at the poem, you realize that they use fear a bunch of different times. There's wrathful wind, there's cold, there's worry, there's apprehension, there's anxiety. There's all kinds of feelings there because of the way the mountain is described. So For me, the mood of the Mount Everest poem is more like it's fear and anxiety, really. That's what's pouring out of that writer to me is fear and anxiety. Can I do it? Testing muscle, all of that. So find one detail from the poem that works for you. I'm going to tell you that I believe the mood is fear and anxiety, fear and worry. You may disagree. If you do, that's fine. Go just support your answer. Okay, so you just need one detail. Give me one quote that tells me why you believe the mood is what it is. Okay, and question 4 is, from where in North America is it best to view the aurora borealis? If you go to the poem Aurora Borealis, it has that little nonfiction, a couple of paragraphs up at the beginning where they give you like background or whatever on the poem. This is where you'll find this answer. All right, so in North America, it is best to view the Aurora Borealis from boom, okay? And you can steal your answer right from the sentences. Okay, so good luck with this. This is not terribly hard. There's only one question that's really wonky, and that's only because the line they picked is really wonky. So it's not hard. Remember, answer in full question, in full sentences, restate the question. All right, good luck with this.